doing the bop?
I'm in waltzing bop, 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 bop. Dee-da, bop, 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 hey. That's disproportionately entertaining. Okay, it's Rare Whiskey Friday, Rex.
Oh, we can't gloss over the fact
I'll provide you
that we both knew that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Note
You
for
know
note.
they're from Oklahoma.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Note for note.
Oh, yeah.
Because Oklahoma, the only thing coming out of there is talent.
Oh, that needs to be on license plates. All right, it's Rare Whiskey Friday. I will provide you a musical bed of which to lay upon.
That's so distracting.
Your explanation of Rare Whiskey Friday.
Will not help us. So distracting. Welcome to Rare Whiskey Friday. We're going to go through and try several different whiskeys. Occasionally, it's going to be a large brand. More often than not, these are going to be the smaller craft distillers without a tremendous amount of distribution. If you should be so lucky as to live in an area where you can get your hands on one of these whiskeys, you're welcome for the review. And thank you to the magnificent bastards that sent the whiskey.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You pulled it off.
I think it helped me actually give me the flow there.
Yeah.
My muse.
It was the mbop.
We found out that my muse is Hanson.
Is Hanson. Okay, so this is from Kenny Beamer.
Okay. Kenny Beamer, you magnificent
Bastard. The funny thing is, I don't know if Kenny is friends with Lee Teague, but there are two other whiskeys in this pile from the same distillery.
Okay.
That were all side by side, but it's two different people.
Oh.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So this one, not looking forward to it.
Why?
Kenny?
Why?
Kenny, I'm going to be honest.
Sit down, Kenny.
Look, I'm going to let you finish.
It's you and me. You and me. You
I'm
and
going
me.
to let you finish.
You and me, Kenny. It's right here.
This is hopped whiskey.
Oh, yeah. No, it's probably why he sent it, because we've gone on record many times as saying we have yet to have a hopped whiskey that was amazing.
So this is a distillery. We're going to try some of their other stuff.
More often than not, we do not like it.
Yeah.
I think I had one where you didn't like it.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, this is almost acceptable.
We have two of their other whiskeys we can try, so we can know what to do with bourbon and corn whiskey. This is what they call double troubled. So they did it with Dominion Brewing, Fordham and Dominion Brewing in Dover, Delaware. This started as a beer, and then it was a double D Imperial IPA. And then they distilled it and aged it, aged for 18 months.
Do you know those mentholyptus, is that a thing? Mentholyptus cough drops?
Oh, yeah, like the ones that are actually more medicinal than flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they come in like the little white pack, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting...
like legitimate medicine cough drops.
That, and then like the hoppy herbal spice. Here's the thing. This, I have to go into it not with the spectrum of whiskey.
This is not whiskey. I mean, legally.
Oh.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
According to TTB rules, if you have hops involved in anywhere in the distillation process and aging and it's no longer whiskey.
Okay.
And so even
hops
though
is not a grain, it's a hop.
Even though they did the typical whiskey process, which was take a fermented beer and distill it, because hops were involved, it's a distilled spirit specialty.
So basically, to make whiskey, you're starting with, in all intents and purposes, making a beer, but you can't do any kind of hopped beer.
Right.
It has to be malt.
Has to be just malt only.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you can't call it whiskey because there's hops involved.
Yeah.
So this becomes a distilled spirit specialty, which is a spirit distilled from barley and hops.
Okay.
Right?
And the nose on here, as loud as hops are, it is loud in that nose.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the glass.
I'm taking the tiniest of tiny sips. Wow, it's overly cinnamon.
Wow.
It's not as hoppy as I thought it would be.
No, the cinnamon did show up. Wow. That is...
I'm still getting that lingering mentholy note, too.
You know what this is? This is a high-quality, super interesting ingredient for something that would be amazing.
Yeah, in a cocktail or in a...
Yeah.
Something.
No, this, like, the character of this is super interesting. And I think it's really nicely toned with there's that hoppy character, there's a cinnamon in there. I'm getting multiple layers. I'm not just getting a dominant, hoppy, almost a skunky type of herbal, aggressive, loud, punch you in the mouth type of flavor. There's things going on here that I can appreciate, but in a neat pour, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I just remembered we forgot to do water in the previous episode.
Ah, we did. And it's sitting right here. No, we did it in a couple of them. We just didn't do it in all of them.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
All right, we're moving new glasses.
but you agree.
Rare Whiskey Friday.
A high quality ingredient for something else.
Totally
That
agree.
could be an essential cornerstone ingredient for an amazing thing.
Look, it might even be okay on the rocks. If you were thinking of it as a cocktail instead of as a whiskey.
Maybe.
Okay, so we're going to move on to 2 whiskeys
Right.
from our friend Lee Teague.
Lee Teague, magnificent bastard.
And one of them is a corn whiskey and one of them is a bourbon. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the corn.
Same distillery.
Yeah.
Painted staves.
Yeah.
Diamond State corn whiskey with mesquite and applewood smoked malt. Now remember, because it's corn whiskey, they can age it in used oak.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is the right order. Because they aged this in barrels that used to hold the bourbon.
Okay.
So we'll be able to try this and then see if we recognize any of the flavor notes from the barrels.
With
of the
everything you
bourbon.
said, I'm most curious about the applewood
The smoked malts included in the corn whiskey.
Okay. All right. I'm not getting a lot of smoke on that nose.
No, it's very thin.
I don't know how much they smoked, or
42.
whether or not they went into the tails to get enough of that smoke character.
42% alcohol.
Gosh, it's so... Like, I think I could imagine a little wisp of smoke, maybe? Maybe?
No, I'm just getting almost entirely...
It's dusty. It's a dusty...
Yeah, it's just corn. It's corn.
Yeah. Dusty
Even
corn.
grainy, kind of heavy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shows up a little bit on the taste.
Yeah, unfortunately, the taste is like paper-thin sweetness and then some ashy notes.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit more character of that smoke.
I need to let it spread around the palate a little bit
That
more
smoke
because
for
it
me-
went
yeah.
paper-thin.
For me, yeah, the smoke's not on the nose. It's on the taste.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go back one more time, but I do like how it's presenting. I think, was it probably a pretty low proof? Yeah, it's 42%.
42.
Yeah.
So there's no off notes. Like, nothing's wrong.
Right.
It's just
You know what?
so simple with a little hint of
At
ashiness.
50 plus, I think that smoke would, you wouldn't have to squint to kind of pick it up.
Yeah, it might even show up on the nose a little. I don't know. It's so woody ashy on the end. I mean, it's subtle compared to something like brimstone or peated scotch.
It's a simple, sweet, dusty corn halfway through. Then the applewood smoke shows up.
Yep.
And it starts to flesh out, billow out a little bit of that smoky flavor that doesn't get overbearing, but it also doesn't show up and get impressive. It's just there. It makes it more interesting than just that simple dusty corn sweetness.
Yeah.
I wish maybe the proof is higher, they went deeper into the tails to grab more of that smoke. Maybe they smoked more of the grain for longer. I don't know. I like the thought with that applewood smoke, but I wish there was just more for me to grab onto.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, Matt, rinse that because we're out of glassware.
Okay. Okay.
Now we're into their bourbon.
Yep.
I couldn't pick up anything in there that might have reminded me of aged in a bourbon barrel. So.
Yeah, completely.
Whoa!
That's the thing.
Did you smell that?
That's what is going on.
Whoa! I don't know, but it's
Did this get smoked?
it's not smoke. It's furniture wood varnish.
No, but there's this big, pungent, aromatic.
Yeah.
Wah.
It's almost like a machine shop where they're working on wood.
Yeah.
Where you get the mix of the smells.
The machine oil, the
Yes.
furniture polish on one end, and
Yeah, and then on the other side, the materials of the oil and the actual metal
then
machines.
the wood being like cut and
Then
that dust
sawdust,
in the air.
yeah.
Wow, that's super interesting.
That's wood shop. That's high school wood shop.
That is like old school wood shop with big old machines that are just cutting through the big chunky pieces of wood.
Whoa. That's industrial.
And honestly, it's more machine than wood on that nose.
Oh, that's disappointing. I was looking for like a flavor that was like, bah! Instead it was like, hey.
Well, here's what it is. It's everything we're talking about on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing on the taste, just dialed down by like 90%.
So much.
Same thing, just instead of it being that much is what you're expecting, you get that much.
And it's like the smell from the parking lot before you walk through the door.
Yeah, you're walking by the
like-
building.
It's like, oh, that's a... I wonder what's in there. You open the door and then it rolls over you. I like the nose. Here's the thing is, I don't like the nose as a whiskey nose,
Right.
but I like the nose as a smell.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
The taste, though.
Whoa.
Let's try and pick this apart just ever so briefly. I understand first impressions on Rare Whiskey Friday, but these are unique flavors coming out of this here.
On the smell or the palate?
On the taste.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to describe that sweetness along with that machinery.
I'm not getting a lot of sweetness.
I'm
getting a typical whiskey sweetness.
The first blush, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to have to crawl back into the iced tea reference.
Why am I in a 1970s muscle car?
Yeah. Oh, like the new vinyl.
Yeah. Oh.
The sweet smell of new vinyl.
yeah.
And like there's one of those little scented things dangling from the rear view mirror.
Yeah, and then you got a toolbox of greasy tools in the back seats.
Right behind you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's rinse from that one and do the final whiskey.
Can we rinse from that?
I don't know. I'm going to try first and then I'll see if there's any new glasses hidden behind this counter. Even the water tasted like furniture polish. Nope, it's still unbelievably strong. Come on, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Here it is. We got new glasses. Thank goodness. Okay, this is from Carter Hall.
Carter Hall, you magnificent bastard!
And
you gotta do the thing where we show the bottle.
well, that's an interesting
People can
cat.
see the bottle. There we go.
It says they put the seal on this thing a little high, so even peeling the thing where you're supposed to peel it
Doesn't matter.
didn't actually remove the cap. Still not working.
9:48.
Yep. We're almost done, as long as I don't kill one or both of us opening this bottle.
Straight bourbon whiskey, Ghost Coast.
Ghost Coast, this is
Okay.
Savannah, Georgia.
Georgia.
Now, the thing about this whiskey
molasses
is no matter how much I looked,
All
all I could find out was it's wheat, corn, barley, and oats. So 4 grains.
Yeah.
Fermented with a saison yeast.
We went right back to center stage with your quintessential whiskey notes in American whiskey.
But craft American.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We're craft, but it's
2 years old.
It's craft that I like. I like, that graininess, that sweet honey. There's
40% alcohol, so it's the lowest possible.
It's I almost want to say that craft fresh hay note. But really,
Oh, try it. There's this weird little zesty citrus tangy note, 3/4 of the way through that just goes ring and kind of rings. It's almost tart again.
Yeah, it gets there.
Right?
It shows up. It has to swell up into that. First, you're getting some classic whiskey sweet flavors.
Right. Even a little cherry, and then
Yeah, a little burst of like a citrus, little tang, I think is the right word. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like the taste of that.
Yeah, even at 40, this is dramatic.
And now this 40?
40% alcohol.
Wow.
This has way more flavor than just about any 40% I've ever tried.
No, that is exceptionally good.
In bourbon categories.
Exceptionally good for the amount of notes that we're getting out.
I wonder if the high proof would condense all of those flavors.
Can people see?
Or explode all those flavors. It's cloudy as
Can
shit.
they see how hazy that is?
They did not chill filter.
Yeah, well, you
For
can.
sure. And they proved it down to 40, which means they probably should have chill filtered it.
No. I'm thinking if they chill filtered, it may have dulled some of the flavors.
It would have dulled some of the flavors.
I think.
But it looks a little...
Oh, who cares? I mean, some people
They
care.
don't care.
People that don't know any better, they're gonna think maybe there's something wrong with the whiskey.
But here's the thing, though.
Nothing wrong with whiskey.
That's conflicting priorities. Because you proved it down to 40 to maximize your output.
Yeah.
But then you didn't clean it up to reach the lowest common denominator of whiskey drinkers who look for like a pretty whiskey. That's why chill filtering mostly happens.
Right.
Is to make it look good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they went for the most quantity, but not for looking good.
Yeah, I
in a
think you're
bottle.
right. I don't think I have ever seen a bottle go down to 40% and then not
be
chill filtered.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually like the flavor.
No, because of that, maybe because of that, the
Right.
flavors are rich and dramatic.
And you go back after a few sips, and it's a little bit different. It's this weird window of time for me right now to occasionally get my hands on a 40% whiskey and get really excited about it.
Yeah.
Because the vast majority of the time, you get an 80 proof, 40% ABV whiskey, and you pour it. And it's like, it would have been more interesting at higher proofs, but every once in
fine.
a while,
Yeah.
there's this outlier where you get a super low proof down whiskey.
Still good.
And you think this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I don't think this is phenomenal, but I think it's complex for 40.
I do. I think it's complex. I think the Cavelan was one that was like in the low 40s.
Cavelan.
Oh, Cavelan.
Cavelan. Get it right.
I almost want to sacrifice a goat just on the memory of that whiskey.
I know. That was, oh, God.
But I keep wanting to say like a moment of strawberry that flashes in there, along with that tang 3/4 of the way through.
Okay, I could buy that.
And then,
Yeah.
honey and the sweet tea.
Yeah, if you get the strawberries that are not quite so ripe that they're sweet.
Right.
They're a little more tart.
No,
and
it's
sweet.
not a
Yeah.
deep ripe strawberry. Yeah.
All right.
I like the hell out of
We
that.
made it through another Friday.
Okay, let's go have a business
Let's
meeting.
go have breakfast in a business meeting.
Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
You steal me, you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.